Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dan with Hip Hops. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight I'm going to be talking about Swamphead Brewery's Trash Panda 568, and I'm going to be pairing that up with Chillhop Essentials Spring 2019. So stay tuned, I'll taste test the beer and talk a little bit about the album and play some of my favorite tracks. And remember to like and subscribe. So Swamphead Brewery is located in Gainesville, Florida. My family and I took a little trip driving down to the Tampa area, which is where I'm originally from. And we were looking for places to stop on the way. And Swamphead Brewery in Gainesville, right next to the University of Florida, had a beautiful outdoor space with a preserve in the background. They had like a bat house and a little pond with an alligator. They started in 2008, and Trash Panda is their experimental hop series. So this one, Trash Panda 568, it's brewed with Mosaic hops, and then the experimental hop is HBC 568. And HBC stands for Hop Breeding Company. And for example, so Mosaic used to be called HBC 369. So a lot of these hops, they start as experimental varieties, and if they become popular, that's when they get their own separate name. So as you can see, it's a hazy IPA, and it's more of like a golden yellow straw color. It's not one of the darker orange hazy IPAs, and it's not like a candle wax looking hazy like some of them. This one looks pretty clean. So the smell right up front, so this comes in at 8%, and I can smell a little bit of the malt character, which would be to balance out, or to create that increased ABV. So it does smell a little malty, but you do get the tropical fruits on it. So it's a very smooth beer. It's got very light bitterness in the end, and it is a punch of the tropical fruit characters in the beginning. Yeah, so I really enjoyed Swamphead Brewery when I was there. You can see the can here. Let me wet some of this condensation away here. But you can see, so it's got the Trash Panda, aka the raccoon, which is the reason for this pairing is Chillhop, the record label, which you may recognize from the YouTube series that they have, the streaming service for the music. They have their main character is this little raccoon guy here. And so in Florida, and I mean just about everywhere in the United States, but in Florida especially, we have a ton of raccoons running around. So Chillhop Music is a record label that's based out of Rotterdam, Netherlands, and they were founded by Boz, who originally was creating playlists with this music. Now you'll see a lot of it's called like music to study to, music to do homework to, but it's a jazzy with a hip hop beat. There's producers from all over the world. So Boz started this record label as a blog where he loved this music, and he wanted to come up with a way to sort of send it out to the world so everybody else could hear what he was listening to. So he, like I said, started it, I believe, in like 2012, and eventually it expanded from the blog and the playlists and the YouTube channel to now they're an actual record label where they have artists that they release their albums as well as compilation albums. And most recently, just a couple of months ago, they actually opened a cafe in Rotterdam. I believe it's called Lazy Sunday, and looks like a good time. I was watching the stories on their Instagram page. So like I said, the record label releases a compilation, and since 2016 they've been releasing compilations for every season. So there's spring, summer, fall, and winter. And the vinyl pressings started with fall 2016. This is the spring 2019 series, and as you can see here, it's great artwork. I'll give you a little close-up view. And the artist's name is Tristan Guillon, and I hope I pronounced that right. But you can see the raccoon here, as well as there's some foxes and some cows running around in the woods there. And then in the back here, you can see the hawk flying over. And Chillhop always kills it with the packaging. They have beautiful packaging here. You can see these pictures here. And then the inner sleeves, both of the inner sleeves are printed, and they're both the same. So they continue with this forest theme with a bird on this side, and you got some butterflies and a bat here in the tree. But I love the artwork and the feel of their albums. They always have such a soft touch to them. It's really, I really like what they do for packaging. And this is limited to 1,300 copies. This is number 815 and it's hand numbered there in the white. And the vinyl comes on this white vinyl, and they continue the theme of the artwork with the inner label there. And you'll see A, and I could take these out, but you see A there and C there. So some of the artists on this compilation include a lot of artists that they feature a lot through the Chillhop label. You know, it's Blue Wednesday, Cloudchord, Plasma, ASO, B-Side, Jasper, who's a constant. He's a guitar player. He's on there a lot. Philanthrope, who actually does a lot of their mastering as well. But there's a ton of, you know, quickly, some of the bigger names in the Chillhop: Flitz and Sup, Psalm Trees, Ian Ewing, Sleepy Fish, Harris Cole, just to name a few of them on here. So I'll give you 3 of my favorite tracks off of this, and the first one I'm gonna give you is, it's called Meadows. It's track number 7 on side B, and it's by Psalm Trees, featuring Guillaume Mouchel, which I think I'm pronouncing that right. He is from Paris, and he's a guitar player. Psalm Trees is originally from the UK, and he currently lives in Rotterdam and works with the label on the day-to-day activities. But he is a beat maker, producer. So these two, they have this cool little quick video that they did, because they have an entire album out now called We Must Believe in Spring, or We Must Believe Spring is Coming, something like that. I can't remember right now. But they never met, and they worked over sharing through WeChat. They shared different bits of music with each other and then created an album. But this song is called Meadows, and I just really like the sound of it. Guillaume is a guitar player, so that features heavily in this song. Alright, so that was Meadows by Psalm Trees and Guillaume Michel. The next song I'm going to play for you is called Last Snow, and this one is by Jasper, who is, as I said, a guitar player, and he's from Amsterdam, as well as Philanthrope, who is he's a beat maker. He is from Germany originally, and I believe now he does reside in the Netherlands, and he, like I said, works directly with the label in their day-to-day activity and masters a lot of the artists' work. And they also have B-Side, who is from Berlin, Germany. He's another beat maker. Philanthrope has a very distinct style, and I feel like when I hear one of his songs, I can pick up that it's him. But he's one of my favorite, and as well as B-Side, and as far as this chill hop, jazz hop, lo-fi genre goes. So the last track I'm going to play you is track number 1 on side D, and that is called Leaving by Ian Ewing, who is actually from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is just about an hour and a half north of Chicago here. So it's pretty cool. They have artists from all over the world that they feature on these compilations. that was 3 of my favorite tracks off of the album. I highly recommend you check out the label if you're into jazz or if you're into hip hop. It's basically instrumental hip hop that's heavily influenced by jazz. So they have a lot of artists now, especially now in the last few years on these essentials. They have a lot of artists who play the instruments themselves. So there's quite a few guitar players, piano players, and they are creating the sounds that they then loop to create the beats. Follow the YouTube page. I'll put a link to their Instagram as well in the description of the video. But they do a lot of cool stuff. Anytime that they have a release, they do a premiere on YouTube, and they get thousands of people get in this and on the live chats, and it's a pretty exciting time. And as I was mentioning about Philanthrope mastering a lot of the work, he actually mastered this album. I just saw it on the back as I was putting it down. And I bought this guy here, which if you've seen our YouTube series, or if you haven't, you'll recognize this guy here. Usually he's got his headphones on. I got the first edition of these without the headphones, but my son is a big fan of music. He's a toddler, so I bought this for him so that he could have it. I just thought it would be like a cool little token for him. So as far as Swamphead goes, this is a great beer. It does a good job of creating a little bit of bitterness, but then having that upfront juiciness about it. And I have another one of their beers that I have to do a pairing with soon as well. And while I was there, it was like I said, it was a great time. They had the outdoor space with the picnic table set up. They were renovating the tap room, so I can't wait. Next time I'm down in the Gainesville area, I'll definitely want to see what they did with the tap room, because it looked like it was going to be pretty awesome from the outside. And they were serving everything out of the trailer in the front, but it was all great beer. And like I said, I picked up a couple 4-packs to bring home. This one being one of them. But yeah, for an 8% IPA, it drinks very easy, and it tastes great, and leaves you with enough bitterness to keep wanting to go back. So until next time, check out some new music and drink some new beers, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.